Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. This is Lifestyle Critic, where we break down movies and TV shows into their core elements, and in this video we are going to be doing that for the Child's Play reboot, which is a bit of a remake of the classic and iconic Chucky franchise, except in this one they reimagined Chucky into a bit of a high-tech, roboticized, self-aware Buddi doll. It's a nice, refreshing new take on the classic and iconic franchise, with excellent pacing, excellent Chucky-style deaths, and a nice new spin, but still having familiar territory, so it still feels relatable, but also is a bit of a new experience at the same time. And it's really interesting that they still also have the current franchise running alongside this, which is also going to have a brand new TV series next year, and hopefully this new iteration will also get a sequel as well. So it's going to be really Chucky-filled on both the big screen and the small screen for all Chucky superfans, which is excellent news. And in this video we are going to be breaking down the rebooted version of Child's Play. So the storyline for the Child's Play reboot is for the most part really straightforward and easy to follow. So it starts off by introducing us to the Kazlan Corporation, who have created a whole suite of Buddi dolls that learn the behaviours of their owners and then try to help them out in their life as their best friend, except one particular Buddi doll has had its safety protocol switched off. Now this particular Buddi doll has found its way to a mother, who then gifts it to her son Andy, and at first this refurbished Buddi doll proves to be a really fun companion, but then really quickly becomes very murderous and wants to remove anyone that causes any harm or any annoyance or frustration to its owner Andy, and equally anyone that will get in the way of the Buddi doll, who is called Chucky, and its owner Andy. And like I said right in the beginning, it's a really well-paced film, so you quickly go through the origin of how Chucky became the way that he was, how he becomes a really good companion to the Andy character, and then how he slowly becomes really murderous as well. So from a pacing storyline point of view, this movie is actually pretty awesome. So from a cast and characters point of view, the Chucky reboot is actually pretty small in terms of its cast, but its characters are absolutely brilliant. So let's go through them one by one. So first up we have the Chucky doll itself, which is brilliantly voiced by the absolute legend Mark Hamill. It's absolutely brilliant that they were able to get Mark Hamill to sign onto this project, as you just know that when Mark Hamill voices a character, it is going to sound very villainous and very menacing as well, and Chucky the robot is no different, as it is brilliantly voiced by the Mark Hamill actor. And as this is a bit of a reboot, they did something different with the origin story for how Chucky the robot and Chucky the doll became the way that they did. Instead of being a murderer character that got possessed into a doll, this time it's an AI robot that got a little bit malfunctioned and then became a bit murderous. So I really like the fact that they did something different with the origin story, and also you understand why this particular Chucky doll has become murderous as well. So I really like how they explained the villainous background, and not just kind of a character that's being bad for the sake of being bad, but he's being evil for a particular reason, which is really, really interesting. Next up we have Gabriel Bateman, who brilliantly led the film as the Andy character. Child actors aren't always the best, but Gabriel Bateman really breaks the mold and does a really, really good job in playing the rebooted version of the Andy character, and kind of plays all of the different facets that he needs in this movie, in terms of being really happy in the beginning, in terms of being really conflicted with his family situation, and with kind of seeing his best friend becoming a bit of a murderous character, and then also becoming really terrified, really brave. So he plays all of the different emotional states for the Andy character really, really well. And then finally we have Aubrey Plaza from the Legion franchise coming into this film and brilliantly playing single mother Karen, and she's a bit of a hard-working character that's just literally trying to get by day, and is just trying to be a good mother as well. So a really great group of characters. We also have the detective in there as well, that adds a lot of humour for this particular character. We also have Andy's new friend. So as a group and suite of cast of characters, they are actually pretty decent in the Child's Play reboot. So from a visuals point of view, you know, this movie is a very modern movie. It was only released last year, and as such the visuals are actually really, really great. I know the Chucky character was criticised a lot for looking very different in this rebooted version, but I actually think it looks really, really great. It's very menacing. It definitely works because of the whole robotic AI side of it, and all of the AI aspects of this film are really, really clever, and as such it slots in really, really well in this modern age, with technology kind of taking over everything, learning a lot of things. So there's a lot of relatability from the technology point of view, and all of the Chucky style deaths are very gruesome as always. So from a visuals point of view, the Child's Play reboot is actually pretty awesome. So from a comparisons point of view, this movie is actually a lot better than I thought it would have been. It is very different in terms of the origins and how the character became the Chucky doll and all of that sort of stuff. So it is a very new reimagining for the movie, but I thought for the most part it was actually pretty decent. Really easy to follow, and because it is compared to a film that was released all the way in 1988, I actually do slightly prefer this one because I think it's a lot more relatable to a modern age, and I think from a visuals point of view it looks absolutely awesome. I also really like the other pop culture references that they dropped into this movie, such as referencing Han Solo, because the Mark Hamill character was voicing the character of Chucky, also having the same final line, in this case by the detective, but in the original was by the Andy character, and then also having a bit of an E.T. reference as well, in terms of the Andy character looking a bit like the child from E.T. and the Chucky character having his magical finger. So from a comparison point of view, I thought this film was a lot better than the first ever Child's Play movie, and I really liked the comparison references that I made to other films as well. So overall, I actually really enjoyed the Chucky reboot in Child's Play, the rebooted version. I thought it was a very safe reboot. I think they could have pushed it a little bit more, but for an origin story, I thought it was a really great film. I hope it gets a bit of a sequel and its own new franchise, as I'm really looking forward to seeing where this one will go, and it's going to also work alongside the other franchise in terms of having a bit of a multiverse with loads of different Chucky adaptations out there, which is only a good thing. And for all of those reasons, I'm going to give the Child's Play reboot a solid 6.5 out of 10. I'd love to hear what you think, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.